Hello everyone and welcome back to All the Mods 10. We are back. And what do we have to do? Well, first things first, last episode, I didn't check in on this guy over here. So let's just see if he is still working. Here he is. It looks as if he's chopping. I'm seeing wood show up. Good on him. Honestly, good on him. I'm surprised, but I'm pleasantly happy. Now, this place looks horrible. Part of why it looks horrible is that he typically chops the leaves first and then carries on his way, so it's like you're just left with all of these in a tree. Anyway, this guy is almost full. This guy is full. That's great. That means that we'll slowly start chipping away at just getting even more and more birch in our system. We've currently got 8,000. You love to see it. What else have we got? Well, I'll tell you what. Just before this episode started, I slept with my sleeping bag. And I'll tell you what, I don't want to have to do it ever again. So what we're going to do is I've bookmarked some stuff here. We're going to attempt to automate daytime and no rain, because I don't believe I've done that yet. Look, there was a chance that I already have and I just forgot, but at the very least, we don't have automated. What's happening here? There's a dragon under the ground or something. At the very least, we don't have daytime automated. I know that much. I just don't know if we've seen rain recently, but either way, we should be able to do this. So in order to do that, we're going to have to get into Ars Nouveau. This stuff needs source gems. It needs like some imbuement chambers and stuff. Now, if we search source, we have some. You get some from mining. We do have some source berries. We have some source stone. I don't know how we would have gotten all that. You can craft it, but yeah. To get source gems, oh, there's also a bee for it. Yeah. You get it from either lapis or amethyst in an imbuement chamber. That's pretty much it. Now, this stuff needs archwood planks. Those are trees that spawn. I'm just trying to think if we would have any near us. And they're pretty easy to see. Like, that right there is probably an archwood one. So we can actually head over and show it off. There's, like, green. There's blue. I think there's, like, purple, pink, reddish sort of thing. So if we come over here. Look at this. Archwood. I think we just chop it down. I think that makes the most sense. There we go. Jump up here, get rid of that. The rest should just magically fall. Turn our magnet on. And look, we got some saplings as well. I don't remember if you need to place 4 for it to grow, but we'll place 4 there. You know, just so that there is one there if we ever come back in the future. But yeah, I mean, we've got the stuff now. We've got over a stack from chopping one tree, which is pretty good. So we'll turn that into planks. Awesome. What's this? Frostaya. Cool. It's a new thing I haven't seen before. Awesome. Yeah, cool. So we'll get an imbuement chamber. A lot of this stuff will be automated. I guess we'll go down into our little pits. I might try to do the walls today. And maybe the floor of this area, at least down here, just so that we've got some positive vibes happening, because it is a little bit down here, if I were to say so myself. I'm going to break this and actually just place it there in the roof. So that'll take a little bit to fix it stuff. What do we want to build out of, if I were to build? I'll be honest, I think we do birch, because we've got a bunch of birch. And do we have any sort of chipped thing in here? We don't. But I think we can make one. So if we search, I don't know, carpenter. There's a carpenter's workbench. This guy here. So I think we get him. Now, before I do that, is there like an ultimate... See, like you can get his little saw, and that sort of does the same thing. Like that's a portable one you can just right-click to use. But is there like a combine... Because I want to do all of them. I've heard people say that the watering can... there's a watering can from Chipped. And people are saying this lets you do everything, but I think that's just the botanist, right? Like, I mean, we can probably make one. I don't think it's that hard to do, so, you know, it's not the end of the world if this isn't actually, you know, magically work for all of them. But we'll give it a shot. So I'll make a little watering can. So if I chuck birch planks, yeah, look, we can do all that. Now, I mean, I can't turn this into a, Schrodinger's water block. Hydro pump automatically pumps water to a connected tank. Okay, cool. We can't turn this into a little augment, so sure. Let's get a carpenter's. A carpenter's bench, so that needs iron axe. Grab the bench. Cool. Let's turn that into this. So we need a little upgrade base. And we'll see how this actually goes. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. So I can chuck this into my little spot here. We then get this option there, and I can chuck in planks and edit them. Now, can I put in cobble as well? You can. Cool. So I don't think it is limited to like carpentry, for example. So we can click here. I will say this is really hard to see, like the actual design. I have to lean right into my monitor to check it. What have we got going on here? I don't want to go too crazy. I almost just want bricks. You know what I mean? Like just some good old fashioned wooden bricks. But I might do... I'm really struggling to decide, aren't I? Oh, you know what? I crafted them and they didn't actually change. I'm starting to think this thing is not that good. I went for these. Oh, and I clicked up there, I think. Cool. So, if I were to make the walls out of this, would I make the walls or the roof? So if we just do like a little bit of this, it does connected texture it. And so it, oh god, I feel lost. Cause what? Why do I feel so fast? Are we still flying? Did I eat something that gave me speed boost? Huh. Yeah, that was very strange. How do we feel about this? I'm not too sure. It's happened again. We've got something. Slowness. Oh, I've got a I've got a wibbly wobbly timey-wimey thing on me. That's ruining things. Making me fast, making me slow. We can fix the covers. And if we do the wall out of this, does that make us happy? I think it definitely could. Let's put this stuff away. Let's grab that watering can back out. I have a feeling that this is just going to be easier. Because I think you can do craft all. Whereas the other thing wouldn't let you do that. So like I can click these and do craft all. And now I've just got them all. Can we not timey-wimey me still? Are we good? Alright. Now for the covers, we'll wrench and then cable anchor. And then we'll double check. Because if the connected textures don't work, then, I mean, spoiler alert, we won't be doing this. But they do work. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's so good. Cool. So, we'll fix it for these as well. Should just be able to do that because that will be the actual wall. Pow, 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 pow. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Cool. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do that. We'll get our exchanging gadget and see how well we can go here. We'll see how we go. Alright, I've opted for this, like, oh, I don't want it to place there. Is it really gonna replace water? Why is it gonna replace the water? Let's try it. Is it actually gonna do that? Wow, it actually did that. I'm mind blown. Okay. I think it fixed itself. No, it totally didn't. I think we need another bucket of water. Just to place like there. That was strange, wasn't it? Oh, maybe because it's like time fluid or something? I don't know. I don't know where I got time fluid from when that just happened, but sure. We'll pretend that's fine. Now some of this is covers as well. That's why you can see some of it can't be just replaced by right-clicking it. But the stuff that we can, I shall. And yeah, did I say what this was? This was andesite. I meant to grab stone, but I grabbed andesite, and so it's tiny andesite bricks or something like that. Which I think turned out quite nicely. Let's swap this out for tiny andesite. Grab a couple of these out. I think I could probably offhand it. Yeah, there we go. And so we can just sort of do something a little like this. And make, oh, didn't really mean to put one there, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. And that looks a lot nicer, doesn't it? I'll leave that part open just so that we know where to branch off of later. Oh, not you. Not you at all. Okay, put him away. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. I don't know, I think we're doing pretty good. Let's offhand that one. There we go. That wall's not done. We need to do the roof as well, of course. And I mean, there's more wall. And I haven't really expanded down here. But I think just in general, we've done pretty good. It looks a lot nicer, I think. At least compared to what it did look like. For the roof, I don't know what to do for the block. In terms of blocks we have, I could make it out of like netherrack or something. That might just be like a fun thing to do. Skulk could be good. Do we have any fancy like chipped skulk or something? Mainly because replacement. Replace the block. Wait. Replaces blocks with the block in your offhand. Cool. I mean, that sounds interesting, right? Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily mind some skulk roof, but does it spread? Is that like a concern? I don't really know how it works, but should I just do it and then you guys can be like screaming like, no, don't do it, please. I think so, because I don't know, it's almost like a moony roof. Well, listen, it looks a little bit goofy now. Let's see how it looks fully. And again, if we need to, like, the exchanging gadget does make things easy to change. Like, realistically, I could probably replace most of this roof with one click. The walls you sort of have to be a little bit more careful with, depending on your settings, so that you don't just, like, turn a bunch of blocks that you can't actually see behind the walls into stuff, sort of. But in terms of the roof, I should be able to go G and expand this until it sort of covers the whole roof, and I should just be able to go boop. That's pretty good. Let's do that. Might as well do the whole roof while we're here. Do that. And do that. I mean, hey! I don't know. Well, I don't know. I almost feel like the roof might need to be one higher. You know what I mean? It's sort of given that vibe that it's a little bit too low. But I think for now, I'm happy with it. I think we settle with it. I think we said it's fine. And let's set some stuff up. So, we have an imbuement chamber. I think we'll do it on this side instead of that side. So, imbuement chamber here. Now, this guy, if I were to get amethyst, what do we have? And lapis, what do we have? We don't have much of either. We do have a lapis B. So, I suppose I can just set him up. And that'll just get us enough stuff. He probably needs a block, I'd imagine. We can actually check lapis B. B flowering gets a block. One of the combs gives us some lapis. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Do we have /home in this game? Unknown destination. I don't know. /home and stuff is pretty nice. It's nice to just teleport places, you know? Maybe I need to do like traveling wand and stuff. All that fun activities. Cool. Oh, let's give this a shot. So, feeding slab. If you guys remember, you've told me that what I can... Oh. It just used a diamond... Okay. It just used the diamond chest. That's right. But word on the street... Oh, yeah, look at that. It's a double feeding slab, and it's bigger. It's actually a full block that changes. Alright, well... What's going on here? So I can chuck in my lapis. Chuck in my B. I don't really care enough to make it very high productivity. I don't think it's that much of a deal. Let's time wand it. And as we can see, lapis combs. Cool. Let's go make sure that they're actually going into the centrifuge. So that would be opening this guy and making sure that we have lapis combs. So let's jump in here, search lapi, grab a comb, jump in here, and chuck that in. And so they should find their way into there. It might take a little while because obviously everything else that we sped up is also needing to be processed. But hey, it's doing pretty good. And this has so many upgrades, but it still feels like it's not that fast. I will say, I do miss resourceful bees with the multi-block apiary. That was really fun. And the centrifuges were a lot bigger. They were multi-blocks as well, and they were so much faster. That was in Old Mod 6, I believe. 6? Yeah, I think 6. Might have been 7, actually. 7? It would have been 7, yeah. Centrifuge, heated centrifuge. You can put a filter on a centrifuge. You can put the speedier upgrade, time counter. The heated centrifuge, you can't upgrade it to anything else. It is what it is. So you just have to make more. If we right click on combs, they can only be processed in this. Yeah. I mean, hey, he's pretty fast. He's alright at what he does. Cool. So that should be lapis taken care of in the long run, which is great. We won't have to worry about that too much. In the short term, well, not in the short term, but just in general, do we have anything here? I don't think we do. Let's, boom. I don't really remember how many channels we have to work with here. At some point, we'll definitely have to branch it off and get a new thing set up. I think if we check somewhere over here, well, actually, I don't know where now. We'll just keep doing it until it says no channels available. That's typically the play. All right, so let's go here. Let's go pattern provider. Let's go pattern provider, but like normal. So like a full block version. Let's go pattern terminal. Let's search for source gem. Oh, I've got one here. We can either do source gem or you can do source gem blocks, which would be a block of amethyst. I guess we won't be doing that because we've got lapis on the menu. But we'll do this. Chuck that in there. And let's give it a shot. So let's search source gem. Let's middle click order 1. So it goes in there. You can see the crafting progress. Once that reaches 100, it's done. So it needs 500 source, but that's not what that number is. That number's like the percentage. They just didn't include the percentage. At least that's my memory of it. Now, I believe this can be sped up if you have source around it. Otherwise, it's just absorbing some from the environment, just naturally. So what I mean by that is that you can get source... So you can get... let's just search. They should all be next to each other, I'd imagine. I forget what they call them. Yeah, these guys, they are called source links. So we can search source link. And we have agronomics, that's when stuff grows, it generates source. Volcanic, that's lava. I think it's actually just smelting stuff in general, so we'll probably use that. It's the easiest typically. Alchemical, vitalic, which is I think when mobs die, I'd imagine, or maybe when they grow, maybe. Like as in they grow from adult or breed or something, maybe. And then mycelial. We'll probably just do this one. The volcanic. Even if we need to give it lava, we do have infinite lava. So we should be able to do that. So what we'll do is I'll place it there. Do we think it actually uses lava? As in like physical lava? Let's have a look because that's an easy test. I don't really remember. So if I right click this guy, doesn't get... What's it? Huh? Okay. If I place it there, does he gobble, 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 gobble? I don't think he will. I think he'll need like a pedestal next to him. That'd be my best guess. So let's grab arcane pedestal. So source stone, some of that good stuff. Let's pick him up. Look, it's been a while, guys. That thing makes so many particles when it breaks. Do you see that? Let's... I don't know. It felt like a lot, right? Alright, so let's get a... Oh. Wrong block. Oh, maybe it was the right block. Hold on. Yeah, it feels like more, right? Alright, source link, pedestal. So if I were to place this here... Yeah, he eats it. Nom, 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 nom. So, what we can do is do... How do we want to do it? I think we do a interface. We either want an interface or we just want a pattern provider, and I'm about to find out. So, if we pick this guy up, place an interface, this guy can store items and retrieve items. Awesome. So, we will connect that, so he's up and running. We will then do a pedestal, probably the pedestal here. Let's move that away. And the source link there. And then let's also get a source jar, is I believe what we want. Unobtainium source jar. Huh. I mean, that's cool. Ender source jar, creative source jar, an ME source jar. Huh? Okay, there's some actually really cool stuff here. Ender source jar. Alright, well, I mean, we want to start off with just normal, so we'll grab some slabs and stuff. Get a source jar here. We will chuck it there. It's a good test. Let's jump in here and search lava. Drag in a lava bucket. So in my eyes, this will maintain a lava bucket in this interface. Now, we don't have a recipe for lava bucket, which is a little bit embarrassing. Can I not just like, hey, just magically pull one out of the system? Like we have liquid lava? You know what I mean? Like, can I not just say, hey, like, just lava equals lava? Primary is this. Processing. We do have the ability to do this other ways, I guess, which I suppose we should just do. So let's go tank. Typically, Ender IO is what I use. I don't know if there's a better option. There probably is. Pattern provider. Boom. Let's just move it. Boom. Cool. So we're gonna say, hey, chuck in a bucket and stuff to get the stuff. We also want a crafting card. Oh, card. Where are you? Crafting card. Cool. And he should go in here. That should then order one here. This guy will need to be told that he can push and pull from this side. Oh. No. Because we don't want liquid to go through here. Interesting. Alright. We're gonna place something. Because this empties, but we want to pull. So we actually need something else in that slot. Realistically, something that can store fluids. So I think if I were to grab like this tank of honey, I can chuck that in there. I'm surprised it didn't empty any honey into the system, to be honest, but I mean, that should do it. And then if I were to search for lava, can I order another lava bucket? Yeah, and that works perfectly. Cool. So if I were to have this as push and pull, is it still smart enough to do it? If I order a bucket, cool. If I order 100 buckets, no. If I order 10 buckets, it reckons it can do it. I'm not fully convinced because I think it's also taking lava out, which it does appear to be the case. So what we actually need to do is only have this guy pull. So he pulls the buckets or whatever, I guess, and then just do item pipes. Once again, doesn't have to be, yeah, like middle mouse. And just do that and just have this side, make sure that it's allowed. We'll just push it, yeah. I think by leaving it as nothing, it allows it to happen. But yeah, so let's cancel that recipe. Cool, that should work. We do need the recipe for just buckets in general, because I guess we just don't have that as a recipe. So let's let's do bucket, thank you. And where can we chuck you? There you go. Okay, so that is now fully auto. In order to get a lava bucket in here, it will craft from here, and it reckons it can do it. So that's a win. Now, what else do we need to do? So I think we do more item pipes. And so what that's going to look like is disconnecting that and that. Let's make sure that's all happy. It looks like it's happy. So we're going to have this guy put lava bucket there. And then we're going to have this guy, if we're very careful, take out empty bucket. So, yeah, so let's go. Oh, I probably do want one of these. Let's grab this so we can add a filter. Chuck this in and whitelist bucket by shift clicking. So now it'll only take out empty bucket. There you go. And as you can see, each time it gobbles, it makes some sauce. And we're pretty much full. And then I think once it's full, it won't do that. So it's full. Is it still just going to keep eating lava? I imagine that there's like an internal buffer. This guy's not taking out stuff either. So, you know what? We actually probably want you to connect and disconnect. There you go. He's really just gobbling all of our lava. I'm a little bit concerned. Let's get ours. And then are there goggles? Are there glasses? Are there an eye? What do we have? Enchanter's eye. Starbuncles. I'm pretty sure there's a thing you can get to look at stuff. Spy monocle. Spy monocle. Augment your HUD with miscellaneous information about placed create contraptions. Ars Technica. I'm gonna bookmark that because that sounds cool. Like the other stuff from this mod, maybe? Interesting. Oh yeah, there's like a calibrated precision mechanism. Ooh. Cool, they have some fun stuff. I think it is a monocle of some sort that I want. Let's also bookmark that so I don't forget to look at the applied energistics stuff that they have. Do we see anything on this page that looks monocle-y? I will probably just search it up. I'm just seeing if anything else sort of like catches my eye, you know, like this alchemist crown, for example. Spell mirror. Okay, let's search monocle or just mon. Huh, spy monocle. What's it made out of? Interesting. Well, I'm not too sure, but it has stopped eating the stuff, so I'm guessing there is some sort of internal buffer that we'll take advantage of. But let's see now if we wanted another source gem, how long that takes now that we actually have source next to us. Oh, I probably need to add a filter, right? Yep, that makes more sense. You might have seen, though, the little bit of magic flew over in that little moment. Let's go here, grab a source gem, apply the filter. Cool. Let's cancel the recipe. Oh, maybe it did make it, because it didn't really seem to care that we clearly didn't. There you go. 80, 100, and you can see the stuff flavor. Done. Cool. I mean, yeah, there we go. So we have source automated. Now, ideally, I click like 100, we click order, and that just slowly chips away and gets us a bunch of source, just while we're doing the rest of the stuff. To get this day-night thing to work, there's a few things we need. One is this little ritual guy. So that needs a source gem block. It also needs another pedestal of its own. And we combine that with a little bit of gold, and we get our ritual block. So we're going to chuck this guy here. I know what's to come, and it's horrible, but you'll just have to bear with me, okay? We'll try to make it simple and neat. So to make it daytime, we simply put in Tablet of Sunrise. Now we have two options here. We can either use dandelions and a clock, or a sunflower. Now, if we have a sunflower, which we do, this is the easiest, assuming we have a way to farm it. Now, we can garden cloche. We can garden cloche. Sure. I believe we can also just bone meal. I'll show you what I mean. Or at least I'll attempt. Let's get a dispenser. Let's order a bunch. Might as well. So how do I want to do this? I'm just trying to think. Dispenser gets good stuff. Dispensers, item collectors. Yeah. We'll just get a normal item collector, I guess. Item collector into dim chest, I guess, or into like pattern provider, for example. That should work. So I'll see if I can set that up. We'll set it up like pretty much here. Let's break this. Let's place dispenser. Let's get dirt there, sunflower there. And so if I chuck in bone meal, or if I chuck in one bone meal, I guess is a good example, and we apply a redstone pulse, courtesy of button. See that? Make sunflower. That's pretty easy. We've got plenty of bone meal. We can make more. Done. So what we want to do is we can go pattern provider, I guess. Let's get 10 of these normal ones. There we go. Cool. So yeah, we'll place it here. We'll connect this guy up. We'll tell him that a bone meal equals a sunflower. So let's go, if I can spell, bone meal equals sunflower. Like that. Done. Awesome. So he'll receive a bone meal, or the item next to him will actually, yeah. So I need something else, right? What's the easiest way to do this actually? Let's break this, break this, break this. Place this, place that, place this, place that. There we go. So the bone meal will go in here. In order for him to click it, I can probably just get a clock. The problem is it'll make like tick, 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 tick sounds. So 50-50 on whether we want to do that. Like we totally can. It's just like, is that really how we want to do this? The alternative would be that we could have like a comparator detect if there's an item in here, click on itself. Honestly, I think that'll be the nicest for our ears, okay? Right, guys? Oh, actually, you know what? No. Let's go. Yeah, I know exactly what to do. We'll get the clock. So the clock will go here, and we'll set it to a second. Every second, it will click, which will be annoying. You know what? No. Let's, hold on. Every quarter of a second, it will click and apply bone meal. Awesome. We love that. This guy will pick up in a really small radius. We want it to go one more in that direction, and that should pick up all of the sunflowers and put it back in there. Awesome. We love that. Cool. Where am I going with this? What I want to do is get an emitter. So an ME level emitter. And I would like this guy to face there. So we'll place a pipe, or a cable, sorry. And then we'll see if we can, there we go, do that. And so as you can see, it's off. So what we can do is we can say, hey, I want you to keep an eye on sunflowers in the system. And I want you to emit redstone when we are above or equal to, I don't know, 100. So it will keep running until we have over 100 or 100 in the system. So if I click this and I order 100, we can place that. That thing will click and it'll make us stuff. And all will be good. Now, I probably don't actually want to order that much, but I guess you'll witness it work, I guess. Right? So it's doing this thing, and it should have bone meal left in here. That should turn off. Everything should... Oh, I'm picking this stuff up because I have a magnet on. Alright. I'm surprised my magnet's better than this guy. Strange. Come on. Oh, and it's off. And it's off. Cool. So what that means is that we can go ahead and cancel this. There we go. And when we're crafting using sunflowers, it will start itself up. You know what I mean? It should be able to do it. Assuming we don't ever need more than 100 sunflowers per recipe. Okay, so next on it. Did I do this? Did I put lava down here? Okay, I'm a little bit concerned as to what caused that, but we'll pretend that's okay. Alright, we'll jump in here. Let's go large tunnel. Very nice. I will turn my magnet back on. Might as well. Okay. Alright, so we'll place this guy down. Let's extend the cable. Long cable. Everything's still good, right? Yeah, everything's still connected. It has all stuff and things. Now this one, we will want an interface. Again, I probably should. I'll get one and then I'll order a bunch just so that we have them. Order like 100 more. There we go. So this guy will go here. Yep. We'll place that there. He's hooked up. He's good to go. We will then want a tablet of sunrise. And then in order to make the weather clear, so to cancel out rain, we want the tablet of cloud shaping. These two guys. Now, we do also want a crafting card. So let's jump in here. Now, we can automate basic cards. So I'm going to do that. But then I'm also just going to order like 100 more as well. You know what I mean? So we can just sort of always craft them. Uh-oh. Boom. There we go. All right. So power. So we want these. Now, we don't have recipes for them, but we want them. Now, I think I saw as well, I'm not sure if we're too happy about does this need to be a blazing archwood? It does. We don't have that. No. So we need to find that. Now, you would think that you find that in the nether. And look, you might be right. I don't actually remember. But that won't stop us from having a quick fly around. Combination of looking and then probably also checking on the map. Someone's base was here. Ruthless's base. By the way, the server is still up in terms of our public server and our regular server that I play on, which is a little bit more chill, and so we get a pretty decent TPS on it. Yeah, just thought I'd mention. My one's also in Australia, which is part of the reason. What's all this basalt stuff? Interesting. Now, in theory, you can see them on the map.
they should be red. Like that right there is a blazing archwood. There you go. So that is, if I turn this way and head that way, we should get there. And so yeah, it's just a red tree. In fact, I think we see it there, just up ahead. Here it is. So we go chop it down, bada bing, bada boom. All is good. Is there anything else that we need? I don't know. I mean, it's raining and nighttime right now, right? Maybe just nighttime. Let's go ahead and do shapeless. Boom, boom. Cool. Okay, we have everything. I will replant this again. Again, I'm not sure if it needs 4, but we'll place 4. Worst case, it doesn't. That's a lot of saplings we got from one tree as well, by the way. Considering the last one we did give us, like, what, 5 or something? Let's just teleport home. This thing says it's charging, or it's losing durability. Either way, not looking good. Okay, cool. So, ideally, we do want to farm this tree. It also looks like our storage is full as well. Let's go and consult why that is. By the way, I don't know if they always did this, but being able to see what is in an item storage cell just by hovering over it, at least a little bit. I know we can't see all of it. I wish we could hold shift and like have something we could scroll through. That'd be sick. But being able to see is great because I can be like, oh, there's a lot of like wood in there. Why is there wood in there? It looks like we're still picking up a lot of like tridents and stuff as well. And they'll take up a lot of spots. So if we actually head down here, all of these tools and stuff, we don't actually want them. Now, most of those, I mean, all of them should be coming from this guy over here. So let's turn our magnet off, head on down, and see what we actually are dealing with. So inside here, we get stuff. Inside here, we can see stuff flow through. Some stuff should get trash canned. Whitelist items. This guy's got a blacklist, and then this is just grabbing everything. Am I dumb, or didn't we? I swear we like filtered stuff. Oh. Nearest first. We're just storing everything. Why are we doing that? Did I decide that was just the play? Right? Like, that seems a bit weird, doesn't it? Or are we voiding it elsewhere? Is there something else we have that's doing? Like, look, we're getting tridents and witches' hats and helmets. Like, yeah, if I search trident, that's a lot of tridents that we don't want. Okay. I don't really know what's caused this to happen, but it is happening. And I'll be real with you, feels like a problem. Because I thought we were just going to deal with it before it even got to our system, but apparently we don't even care. Okay. That's gonna be that's a whole thing. that's an event, isn't it? All right. I might even be able to like sneak it in here. Let's grab an armory cabinet. Now this guy's meant to be good. He's meant to just store all that stuff. He's meant to like just be a I'll store it all. And he says he can store 4,096. And then can I just put like a void upgrade on him as well? If I place this guy here, he'll connect. If I grab an export bus of the extended variant, he will connect. And then if I tell him what to get, he'll do it. So if we search Trident and we drag that in, he should fill up with Tridents. Now, why wouldn't he? Because we don't have a full finished Trident. So to do that, we need a fuzzy card, is my understanding. Now, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how this works. So we'll wait for this one to finish. I'll place it. Then I'll just also order like a trillion more as well. What's taking this so long? It's not even saying that it needs to be done. Ha! What's going on? Bring me card. Okay, well, that sort of worked. Okay, cool. Fuzzy card. So this should ignore like durability and stuff, and it should just let that stuff enter. So you can see now we've got 8, we've got 16, stuff's happening. Let's chuck in some accelerators. There we go. And now we've got 792, we've got 1,500 just tridents all in here, which is great. So now if I search trident, we just don't have them. Cool. So we can do this with everything else as well, like iron helmets and gold helmets. Now, if I were to chuck this on here, this guy fills up, I'd imagine. I am also curious, does this guy have... Is there actually a thing I can... Oh yeah, look at all that stuff. That is ridiculous. And can I put gold in there as well? There we go. Apparently I can. And so yeah, look, they're just not here anymore. They're in there. Cool. Now, I don't think it's infinite. So if I get storage, or if I get upgrade, like the copper upgrades, yeah, like this stuff, can I afford those? Allegedly I can. No, it just is what it is. Okay, that's fine though. So what else do we have? I mean, I think there's benefit in grabbing literally anything that is in here, like fishing rods included, and just seeing if we can get them all in here. Because this has been running for a while, and we've gotten like this much, right? So like, my thought is, if this takes 10 armory cabinets, that's pretty good. You know, like that's not too bad. This is already one, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of cleaning up the streets. I thought, oh no, we got iron helmets, didn't we? Here we go, chuck these in. Perfect. This guy's pretty much full, so let's grab another armory cabinet. Cool. Now, I can see benefit of doing this onto a chest and then piping it into armory cabinets that go along the wall here. And so that's what I'm going to do. You guys get what I'm getting at? That way we can see what we need. We don't have to worry about, like, doing things, if that somehow makes sense. So I can just place that there. Let's get a chest. We get a diamond chest just so it, like, fills up with a bunch of stuff and we can actually just witness it. So anything that we don't have will go in here. And then we can just pipe it into these. We don't actually have to, you know, get a new filter for every single thing. I cannot get out of here. Now I can. Cool. So let's go up to extract. Awesome. Let's go pipe. Grab a pipe upgrade. Cool. Okay, so we should still be able to keep filtering. This should be pretty good. What else have we got here? Boots, pants, helmet. Oh, chest plates, I meant. Cool. Pow, pow, pow. And so we do have all these. We can access them again if we connect them to our storage with a storage controller or something similar. So yeah, they're not gone. If we accidentally realize, oh no, we're missing something, we accidentally put it in the thing, it kind of just doesn't matter. The diamond gear, I'll leave out. I don't think that's a problem. I do see benefit in chucking in crossbows. They're pretty meh. Not really using them. And I think that covers us for the most part. Again, the diamond stuff I'm not too fussed about. We don't get too much of it, and when we need it, like, sometimes we have to craft with it, so there's benefit. Alright, and let's chuck in crossbow. And there we go. Cool. So, a few things should have happened there. One is our storage should be better, and two is, look at all of them. All of them are blue. Blue means not consumed fully. At least that's my understanding. So now all of these are actually usable. Like crazy. To the point where I think I can just empty like all of these. I mean, like, come on. That is ridiculous. Is that not? These are now all empty. I am quite curious how many of these. So these are all empty. These are all empty. Now, is that because it filled any of these? No. So I can now top that up entirely. I mean, I should just do 6 at a time. It makes it harder otherwise. And so, yeah, these... I mean, these are all pretty much full. So I think we are at the point where it is what it is sort of thing. So, yeah, cool. All of this is empty. All of this is empty. Just from doing that one little thing with the armory cabinets. So that's pretty good. All right, awesome. Let's continue then with whatever it is that we were doing. So we want to... I mean, we want to farm this tree. That's sort of our problem. I'm not too opposed to setting up like a cloche or something to pull that off. Because we need more of these. We need infinite. Now, we can do lumber bee, I guess. Do we have lumber bees? Because if so, I'll just do it. I'll just do it. Lumber bee, bee breeding of a green carpenter and a yellow carpenter. So a green carpenter and a yellow carpenter. Both of these are good. And then we just need flowers. So again, sunflowers are going to be those things where like, we're just going to have them. You know what I mean? Like we should just have a bunch. Cool. Okay. And then let's get cages. We will need enough to pick all of these guys up. Cool, so let's do that, and then do that, and that. Wait for the fun to happen. Cool, cool. Where'd he go? There we go. Sneaky little guy. Alright, cool. So we now have a carpenter, or sorry, a lumber bee. Let's go over here. We should have a super fast bee growy uppy thingy. Somewhere. Probably down here, right? Not there. This guy here. Pow! Look at that! Ridiculous. Alright, cool. So we have a lumber bee. Now, I'm thinking we chuck him in there, and then we just chuck a blazing archwood on the thing. Because this guy has a block upgrade. So if I chuck one in there, that might just do it. Only one way to find out. Let's have a look. So do we get arch... I saw them. Yeah, cool. So that will automate blocks. That's that's our tree farm automated in the form of a bee. Wonderful. You do love to see it. All right. Let's continue. And we also got a spirit of birthing. Very nice. So we'll head on down. Cool. Oh yeah, I need to add actual recipes and stuff. So now that we have the sunflower, that is a easy recipe to make. Sunflower and thing gives us thing. Awesome. The date or the sunny one, that'll use a feather. It'll also use that. I don't know if I'm too fussed about the rain at the moment. I think the rain can look pretty. So I'll just skip nighttime for now. That's what we'll aim for, right? So we'll actually come down here. This probably will be, well, actually, no, I think that's fine. I think I can do a crafting card and then just tell this guy to keep one of these. And it should just do it. It should craft one and do it, right? No, I need to put the crafting pattern somewhere. Yeah. Sorry, I've like confused myself on how to play the game. You go in there, that should work. Cool. Cool. This guy's Tablet of Sunrise, awesome. Now, we do need another jar. For now, I'm just going to make a sauce jar and teleport it normally, I think. Well, how difficult is it to make an ME sauce jar? And store sauce and then export sauce? I think it's a lot of work for like... For what we're doing, not that big of a benefit. So I'm just going to have this here. And we'll just get a relay. I believe is what they call it. And so we just want a source relay, which needs a source gem block. A little bit of gold. And this guy will go like there. Then we need a wand. And it's this one here. No, it looks like this. Yeah, it's one of these. Dominion ones, I think is what we want. So is that actually what we want? I'd prefer not to have to craft stuff, to be honest. Dominion ones. No entity set, no location set. I think we do need that if I want to move the stuff across. Which is unfortunate, because that means we need to set up a little enchanting thing. Okay. I mean, we can do that. Let's make an enchanting apparatus. Let's make some pedestals. Looks like we needed 3. There we go. And then the enchanting apparatus also needs something else, I think. It needs like a cortex or something, right? I think there's the enchanting core. Enchanting apparatus. Maybe not. I don't really know. I mean, it probably shows it in the book or something, right? If we search magic. Where's magic? Down here. Ars Nouveau. Source jar. Source links. Pedestals. Enchanting apparatus. Here we go. Arcane core. That's what we want. Arcane core. That is made out of some more of the goodies. Cool. This one doesn't actually have to be like anything too special, so I'll just chuck it over here. This will just be the core, the apparatus, and then these 3. For the source jar, we'll just manually move one at the moment. That'll probably be our easiest way to pull this off. So place source jar. So for this wand of Dominion, we want 2 source, gold, and a stick. So source, 2 source, gold. I'll bring 2 gold because I don't really remember if I read that right. And a stick. Okay, I know there's stick in the middle. Oh no, he's not happy with that. Let's see. I saw 2 sauce, gold, and a stick. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. And so we had 100 sauce in this jar. The apparatus. This is very pretty, by the way. This mod, similar to Britannia, has some beautiful visuals. And there we go. We got a wand. And this is still 100%, so it might not have even needed that, but I'm going to assume that it did. So this can go back there. Cool. I want to position set, relay set to take from there. So as you can see, it pulls from there. Then I think I click the relay, and then I click this. And relay set to send here. So as you can see, this jar fills up with the source from here. And this guy starts burning more lava. And how cool is that? And so now he's full. So we now have Tablet of Sunrise. Cool. How do we want to pull this off? We have a few options. One is with modular routers. One is with what am I looking for? One is with integrated dynamics. All right, so there's a few things we need. One is we need to be like, hey, it's nighttime. Emit a redstone signal. And integrated dynamics can do that pretty well. The problem is as well, you need a little bit of a delay to happen to where it will wait a while before going again. Otherwise, it'll like use 20 of these at once. It'll go pow, 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 pow. You know what I mean? I think integrated is just the easiest. I'm trying to think of modular routers, if that would just be better in general. I think we'll do integrated though. So we'll do at integrated. There's a few things we need. One is we will need a world reader, I believe. So world reader. This uses an input variable, some obsidian and dirt. We'll need some logic cables. Put most of this stuff away. We will need a inventory interface, an item interface. And then we will need a player simulator. These can be tricky to make. And these are one of those things where instead of making this, I probably could just do a modular router with a redstone writer. So if I get a redstone writer, this guy needs some stuff. You don't even know what these ingredients are. You just sort of need to know what the actual end product is. So a redstone writer will output a redstone signal. A world reader will read information about the world. So this should be able to tell us, hey, it's nighttime. And this should be able to tell us, hey, output a redstone signal. And then we do some magic in between there. So we'll grab variable cards. I think in here we've probably got, the portable logic programmer. That just lets us do some of the magic. And then we will do a modular router. Oh, a router? We don't have any. We don't have any. What do we do? How? Cool. We'll have one of these with a activator. What does the activator look like? This is a distribute the activator. We've probably already got activator, right? Activator. Yeah, cool. Okay, so the activator we want to do, we want to activate at the front. We want it to be a right click. We want it to just do that. Cool. We've got our modular router. So we'll place him down. We'll say, hey, output at the front. We'll say you need redstone. We'll just say low, I guess, so it needs it. We could do a pulse. Could do a... I think we just do low. Cool. Awesome. Now what is this? What else does this do for us? I think we just want this to always be full of stuff. Why is he started? He shouldn't have. Okay. Interesting. I think we do another one of these. So that's put the thing on there, and then we actually have to right click it to activate it, I guess. And so we get another activator. I don't know why it started though. I guess maybe I'm meant to set this guy to high. He needs high redstone. And this guy, he'll be doing it out the front. So if I place this, nothing happens. Sure. That might be okay. We might have to do a player simulator, but we'll see. We will do a redstone writer. place a logic cable, place a world reader. So inside the world reader, we want to say, is night. So if it is nighttime, this outputs a redstone signal. And that's kind of all we want, to be honest with you. I think we will move this just slightly because I think what we want to do is add a, create has some delayed things. So like, we need something. Delayer. Expose the history of variable, blah, blah, blah. No, pick up delay, no. We want, at create, and then we look at redstone, pulse repeater, pulse extender, pulse timer. Let's have a look at pulse timer. Pulse timers repeat, emit short redstone pulses. That's not what we want. Pulse repeater. You let out redstone, and then after a while, it lets out a pulse. I think that's what we want. Yeah. Because what that will do... Oh, we need a brass... phew. Just do that, that's fine. Yeah, oh, perfect. So let's then just jump into the wall a little bit. Let's do a pulse repeater there. We'll set it to... we'll set it to 1 second. Sure. We will then do redstone writer onto the back of it. Hopefully that works. Jump in here. World reader. Let's replace this. So is nighttime if true. So if it is nighttime, output a redstone signal. And so then that pulses. That has activated it, I believe. There's a chance that it didn't because this guy instantly put another thing into it. So I might actually need to have him be on high as well. But is it still nighttime? It is. Let's set this guy to high. And I think we want to just make the same thing, to be honest, over there. And we can have it share the same magic, I guess. So we can just break this open. Set this guy to 1 second. No, we actually want this guy even lower. We want him to do it in half a tick. So half a second, sorry. We can then do this and this. Do we have another redstone rider? Nope. Rider, redstone rider. Place this guy here. Quickly grab another one of if it's nighttime. And chuck him in there. Cool. So. Oh, now it's running. Awesome. Okay, something happened to where this just worked. How cool is that? So, let's do another test run. Let's assume that everything we just did works, okay? Now we just need to find out wherever we've put the hammock. Is it still on the roof here? It is. Let's skip the day and see if it works. Okay, so we've skipped. We might even see the particles come up out of the ground, wherever our secret little base is. But if we just wait, it'll take a little while because it does teleport us to sunset. It doesn't teleport us to nighttime. But once that sun's down, we should see the moon fly over it. It doesn't like instantly make it daytime. You actually get to watch the stars go past, which is pretty cool. Chicken. Okay. So that's the sun setting. And so then, I'm just going to have full faith in the system. Okay. Come on. That looks like it's more than halfway under. That should be technically nighttime, right? Come on. Come on. Got some sharks trying to eat us. The moon has arisen. Okay. I don't see any particles coming up out of the ground. I don't really know which direction our secret little area is. But it doesn't really seem to be... Is it safe to say it's not working? I feel like it might be safe to say it's not working. I think it's most certainly nighttime. Okay. Okay. Quick. I swear, if we get down there and it's suddenly not nighttime. So let's have a look. So what has happened? It's emitting redstone, so it is nighttime, but this hasn't worked. I think I don't actually know why. Redstone pulse high. Maybe we do want this one to be pulsed. And maybe we do want this one to be pulsed. Interesting. For example, if I chuck that in there, that works. Oh, and it's just running. Okay. Well, okay. Well. Okay. Maybe the other one's not needed. Either way, it looks like it's working. I do want to witness it again without me manually pressing something. Did this break? Oh, no, it's over here. Listen, I'm a professional. Okay. Okay. We've slept. You know what? We'll just go down and watch it, just to make sure it's working, and then we can witness it upstairs as well if we really want to. Maybe for like the end thumbnail or something. Let's see. No redstone yet. Okay. Let's see. We'll sit here. We'll wait patiently. And if everything works... Oh, redstone. And there we go. It's emitting the thing. How cool is that? It's actually working. It's properly working. Well, I'll tell you what. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you're still having fun watching the series. Yeah, genuinely, thank you for spending time watching. This is awesome. Very, very happy. Let's get another feral flare lantern to put up over on this side. So just as long as we keep it somewhat in the middle, I guess. It's not really the middle, but you get what I mean. We'll chuck that there. That'll hopefully get us a little bit more light. But yeah, I would love for this to run again. So maybe I'll just manually do that real quick. Just for like thumbnail purposes, right? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Right click it again. Oh, that's already at that time, I guess. But yeah, cool. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Thank you to our donators and our channel members. Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Melizzy, Final Phoenix 13, and Space Trooper John. And genuinely, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to the community for being incredibly supportive every step of the way throughout this playthrough, throughout all the previous playthroughs. You guys are all so nice. And hopefully, I will see you all in the next one. I think we've done pretty well. I mean, this part of the base isn't looking too bad anymore. Yeah. All right, cool. Goodbye.